Hey, everybody, let's talk about something a little bit deeper today, like something that will help you in the time when your emotions or emotional stress starts to take over. We call this emotional resilience. To come to think about emotional resilience, it's like having a superhero cape, right? Except instead of flying, it helps you like block and come back from life's punches. Because we all know life is like a roller coaster, right? It's gonna be up, down, sideways, twists. So, what does emotional resilience do? Learning this trait helps you stay in your seat in the roller coaster, stay calm, take the ride, and see it all the way through. It really is a game of patience. In today's podcast, episode number 176, we're at. I did a count, finally did a count. And we're at episode number 176. I know it's an odd day to do it. I didn't get a chance to do it this weekend based for a lot of stuff, but I am here making sure that I deliver the podcast as always here on the Mental Mobility channel. So thank you guys so much. If you haven't, make sure if you're new to the channel, I am just a dude with bipolar and depression. And I've been through it all and just going through. And not here to be a doctor, not here to be your therapist. I'm just kind of letting you know day to day that maybe you can relate with the things that I have to say and the things that I go through or the little different things that I've learned in the process of my roller coaster ride. So today I want to talk about emotional resilience because more presently, it's something that I need now. The past couple weeks, if you haven't been on the podcast, I've lost my job, not due to poor performance or calling out or getting fired. No, they closed. So now I got stuck with nothing. And not that I'm the breadwinner of the household, not that I'm the one that makes all the money in the house. I am more of the stay-at-home dad, right? I take care of my kids, I take care of the family, I drive everyone everywhere, I cook, I clean, I do all that stuff that Tony Danza does. Tony Danza ain't the boss, I'm the boss. That was corny as fuck, by the way. If you don't know what Tony Danza is, it used to be on Channel 7 or Channel 4 on Tuesday nights at 8. Dope sitcom in the 80s with Tony Danza. It was called Who's the Boss? Um, anyway, it's just been a rough ride and Rough Riders. And I really needed to hone down and focus because I know normally I'd fall into a hole. I'd overwork myself, which I kind of am now, but for a purpose, I'll explain a little bit. I'll explain a little bit what I'm doing. I would hurt myself. I would drink more. I would eat like crap. I would not work out. Or if I did work out, I would work out for punishment. I would work out to punish myself. That would be the goal of the workout is to hurt myself because then I would feel accomplished. I don't know if you guys do that too. Like, I don't know if you're opposite of people that lay on the couch and do nothing. I was more of a person that will work it off, right? Because I'm doing something good for myself. I'm doing something healthy for myself. But some things that are healthy also does have an extreme measure. And for me, trying to rip my quads apart, trying to tear my chest apart, trying to make my lungs and heartbeat so high that I feel like I'm going to pass out, like that's what I would do. And that's punishing myself, right? I wasn't working out to feel good. I was working out because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to handle the emotions that I have. And that's what I usually would do. And this time around, I'm going very opposite, right? Very opposite. And the one thing that I'm doing is that first things first is I'm practicing mindfulness. I'm not talking about like Buddha over there, right? The statue on the screensaver. I'm talking about focusing on self-care, focusing on me, making sure I'm eating right. I'm not drinking. I'm not trying to smoke marijuana. I said marijuana. That's how much I smoke marijuana. That I use the word marijuana. That's right. Yeah. That I don't exercise to extreme measures. Instead, I meditate. I go for my morning walks. I go for a lot of walks. Right. So whenever I feel an itch to like do something, or when I get an itch to like do nothing, I use what we call in DBT opposite action. And that's what I've been talking about probably the past two podcasts is that I just do opposite of whatever it is I'm feeling. So if I'm feeling like crap, I at least get up and just start moving, right? Just start moving around the house, start moving around. Then I'll walk the dogs just to get out and do something, you know? So practicing mindfulness is just paying attention to your thoughts and feelings without judgment. So I'll know that, oh, I feel like crap today. Like I do feel like shit today. And that's okay. You're allowed to. You don't have to work harder or do something extreme to make sure something else feels good because you don't feel good about yourself. I'll do things for other people all the time so I just don't feel like shit about myself, and again show my worth to someone else rather than I should feel worthy for myself without having to give and do other things for other people, right? And that's the practice, because it's not going to happen all at once. I'm a very big giver. I'm a very big person that just gives all the time, but I'm learning that I have to give to myself, right? And I have to give myself a break and be mindful of that, right? Building a support system. Everyone knows, right? No, in my house, I didn't not tell anyone this time. This time I voiced my opinion. I voiced my feelings to my wife, to my brother, my therapist. Everybody knows. I voiced it out to the podcast, right? This is a support system for me. People think this is just a thing that I'm trying. No, this is my support system. This is my way of being creative. This is my way of uh, talking. This is my way of releasing the walls that are inside my mind, because I have tons of walls. And it's like a game where it's like, oh, I'm here. Then I get through one wall, another wall, and I just have to keep talking it out. I have to keep doing all these things in order for my mind to feel a little bit freer. So I build the support system. Surround myself with the people I care about. I went back to jujitsu. Like no matter how much I like it, I don't have the money to stretch, but I had to do it because I need to be around my brother. I have to be around other people that want to choke me. Like, because it helps me learn more about myself and helps me not think at the moment about the things that are always inside my mind, always inside my head. So I'm taking care of myself. Take care of myself is important. Eat healthy, get enough sleep, exercise regularly. And when I say exercise, we always say, you don't have to lift, just move, right? Just move. And that's the one thing that I started in this position now. That is the one thing that I started doing is I started getting creative, right? So the three steps, this is the literal part. The three steps to building emotional resilience is acknowledge and accept your emotions, recognize the feelings, validate your experiences, practice self-compassion. I did all of those, right? So it's okay to feel sad, angry, or scared. Don't bottle up your emotions. Talk them out. Let people know about it. Make sure you have some trust in someone, whether it's a therapist, a teacher, a parent, a friend, whoever it is. Let it out, right? Don't be bitching about it all the time, but you have to release those emotions. Validate your experiences. Your feelings are valid. No one understands like how important that is, because a lot of times we feel alone. We feel like we're the only ones that feel this way. We feel wrong for feeling the way we feel because we're not supposed to feel that way. No, you're feeling that way because you feel that way. And it's okay to feel whatever it is you're feeling. The question is, how are we going to move away from those feelings that you have? How are we going to carry on? How are we going to veer towards another direction if it's in the direction that's holding you there? Right? Practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding. Be nice to yourself. Hardest thing ever. Be nice to yourself. Number two is develop healthy coping mechanisms. So this is exactly what I was saying before. Meditation, being healthy, going for a walk, eating healthy, drinking water, not drinking alcohol. I feel so much better. Trust me. Yesterday, I wanted a whiskey. I wanted one really bad, but I didn't allow myself to do it because I just felt like it's not the time. Right? I'm not going to say there's so much more health benefits that are coming out to stay away from it. It's kind of like a big movement too these days is to be dry, I guess they would say. But I like a whiskey. I do like the taste. I like making cocktails too. I do OSIM, a strawberry margarita. I'm going to make one. right? I'm gonna make one on here. I'm gonna show it to you. So if you want a strawberry margarita, I got a dope one. You want the recipe? Subscribe. I'm gonna fucking show it next week or a week after. At least I got to do it before the summer ends, though. Social connections. I'm spending time with people. Right? People are coming over. My brother Santino comes here. My wife. That's all I got. But I'll text people. I'll call people. I'll FaceTime people to make sure that I'm also um, communicating with others. Right? Communicating for others, and I'm getting creative with it. What I'm doing now is exactly what I think I talked about in this morning's video, is that I'm starting online training, right? I'm going back to it. So instead of looking for a job, I'm creating mine. I'm creating my own job. I don't want to call it a business yet, but it is, right? Because you're working for yourself, you're providing a service for something that people need, and delivering it. And then in return, you get income, right? It's a business, but I fucking love it. Like there's one thing that I love, and that's it. It's a lot of hard work, but it doesn't feel like work to me. Right? This developing and cameras and live and going to typing maybe sucks. I don't like typing too much. So I'll send more voice stuff and video stuff, which costs more money, but fuck it, right? You got to go for it. Got to take a shot. And that's what I'm doing right now. Number 3 is learning from the challenges. View setbacks as opportunities. Every challenge can be a chance to learn and grow. Find meaning and purpose. Look for the silver lining in difficult situations. Develop a growth mindset. Believe that you can improve and overcome your obstacles. Seek professional help. If you're struggling really bad, don't hesitate to find some help, regardless of what it is. All right, the challenges we're going to learn from. My biggest challenge was in 2020. I've learned a lot from that challenge to a point where I was almost gone. Now I'm here learning, finding out other ways to make things work in my life, finding other ways to feel better about myself every single day. And I know you can too. And really getting into this emotional resilience, being resilient, being able to bounce back is one thing that you need in life, not only for yourself, but any other upbringing kids or anyone you coach or anyone you talk to. It's something you can teach to them as well. But they got to go through tough times. And sometimes we're really scared of our kids and our friends going through tough times. But it's needed because we're never going to know how thick of skin we have, how tough we actually can be. We got to be told no. We got to not be able to be able to do some things that we want. It makes us fucking stronger. Really strong. It sucks, but that's life. And we have to learn how to deal with it. It's a really tough, shitty lesson that life throws at you. But the power and the resilience to be able to come back from those situations are the most powerful thing in the world. That's when you are a superhero. That's when you are superhuman. That's when you are half man, half amazing, quarter pitbull. Inside joke, right? But if there's anything that you guys need to share or can share or want to share, please comment, let me know, message me, because I'd love to hear about it. I'd love to know more about, anything that you guys are going through. Because I made it to podcast number 176, almost at 200, guys. By the end of the year, I'll be at 200. I started this thing out in 2020 because I was fucked up in the head. Not saying I'm not fucked up now, but I'm definitely a lot fucking better. A lot better. And I want to thank you guys for coming out. Subscribe, multiply, do some math. I'll see you guys later. Peace.